Welcome to part 6 of the Sonic Heroes Let's Play, and you'll see.
Are you sure this is the right way?
Affirmative.
What's up? Something on your mind?
Well, never mind. Let's go. That blue hedgehog like me. What did the doctor say about my memory? And just who am I?
Okay, so now we're on Hang Castle and soon Mystic Mansion. Like the previous level, alright, to those that have to say that this is probably the worst level in the game, and you know, the people that confuse it for the next stage later on. Alright, like Frog Forest, I'll just say that no, Hang Castle's okay. It's just Mystic Mansion and the robot gauntlet that we're gonna be coming up to later on. Hang Castle, the gimmick with Hang Castle is that from time to time you'll come across these switches that'll reverse gravity. He further proof that Sonic did the whole gravity system before Mario did. It ain't a big freaking surprise there. Yeah, like right here, you hit the switch, and then you'll pretty much, fall to the, well, either right side up or upside down. So now, yeah, you'll literally be going upside down in this stage. Here you're pretty much gonna have to take a little detour by simply jumping down this hole, and you're gonna have to deal with all the egg pawns. Or at least I think you have to deal with all the egg pawns. I haven't really checked. Okay, you don't have to deal with all the egg pawns. I just wanted to deal with them here because it boosts my score. Even though I really don't care about score in this game because the levels are already long and stupid wonky hit detection. It's just I'll give you that's pretty much a hint of what's gonna what screws me over. And you know what? With the whole wonky hit detection, not to mention the whole jittery control scheme. Well, not jittery. Slippery's a better way to say it. What I mean by jittery is like, you know, the lightspeed dash and the rail grinding. Expect that to be your main cause of death in Mystic Mansion. But when it comes to Hang Castle, well, Hang Castle isn't too bad, per se. Yeah, again, I actually think this is one of the better levels in the game. If only because the enemies, these aren't really so obnoxious, except we're introduced to this one enemy, the wizard pawns, I should say. Yeah, the egg wizard pawns, whatever you like to call them. Those guys will actually, those guys are pretty much, their main ability is to regenerate health. And we all know how great those are. And so, my strategy, especially if there's a cluster, especially if there's a group of enemies, I would recommend take down the egg pawn wizards first, and you wouldn't have to put up with a big hassle. It's also very easy to fall off in the stage. But when it comes to fairness, I think challenge is just right here. Well, when it comes to fairness. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, speaking of finicky, speaking of stuff that's finicky in this game, the tornado attack. For some reason, it gets me killed. Or at least get injured, because sometimes I'll hit the sword and take damage, or I'll just get flung off to the side. I don't have any footage of it, but trust me, it's happened to me. And don't deny that it's never happened to you. Also, let me see if there's other things I want to make clear. Again, I'm not going to be showing off the special stages. It is obviously enough because Because, again, getting to the final story is a major pain in this game. And I kind of wish it was just as tied in with the plot. Because those special stages are horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And also, you wanna know there's also a reason why I own the GameCube version only. I think I may have covered this before, at least in the beginning. I think I did. But I just want to make this clear. The PS2 version, apparently. The PS2 version is definitely the worst version. And all because it has a horrible frame rate, and from what I've heard, the collision detection isn't all that great. I'm not too sure how good the Xbox version does. I just know that the PS2 version is indeed the worst version, and honestly, you're better off just sticking with the GameCube, Xbox, or PC. Yeah, there is a PC version.
I'll take it from here.
Anyway, getting back to Hanged Castle, I do like this gimmick right here where there's an invisible pathway and I just walk right off it. What I like here though is that there's actually an invisible pathway.
See what I'm walking on.
You don't have to worry about where it is. It's not like Last Crusade where you have to make a leap of faith. No, the torches will guide you, and it makes it very obvious enough, so it's not really that much of a challenge. And also from time to time we'll have these cracked walls that we can only break as the power character, obviously, and those usually reveal either a hidden switch, it's ring boxes, is whatever, or sometimes nothing at all. When it comes to enemies like this, the cool thing about it is that you can destroy that one enemy, and all the enemies in that area will be defeated. Pretty useful, I must say. And who wouldn't go after that enemy first? Especially if it's blatantly obvious.
This is the ultimate power.
Oof. And now we're upside down again. One thing I do like about the music here, though, is that whenever you go upside down, it actually switches to a different track. I'm not sure if it's pretty much an inverted version of the track, but it's still nice. I will give it that.
This is
Going
the
back.
ultimate power. Chaos control.
Yeah, I really don't care at this point. I just like using chaos control. And thank God the ring dash worked there. Again, it's really annoying if the ring dash doesn't work. Especially, and again, if it's especially over a bottomless pit. Yeah, because that can get you killed. So I'm just bringing that out there.
I'll take it from here.
And then we have switches like these, where you pretty much have to use the flying character and use Thunder Shoot to activate the switch.
Chaos control.
I always found those switches very annoying, especially in the final level. Oh, for my sake at least, you have to be really close to the edge, then fly off a little bit, then use Thunder Shoot, and then move back. And you have to be like really specific about it, at least for me. Also, what's really cool here is that the statue is, if it's right side up, then it's pretty much Eggman, but if it's upside down, then it's Metal Sonic. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool indeed. Alright, now we're on the final stretch. And now we're running down, and now we're running up the tower, or down the tower. I really don't know. I'm pretty sure it's up the tower because I can see the moon. And now, this area pretty much suffers. There's the same deal as the special stages and the pinball. where the slow physics are just horrible.
Jump.
Like you're jittering all over the place, and it's not as bad here, but it's still very apparent. And honestly, it almost makes it very unplayable.
Small foothold in the middle detected.
There's someone there. Look out.
We have this little free fall area.
Got it.
We pretty much have to grab the balloons and all that.
I'll take it from here.
And we have these 3 switches that we need to pointlessly activate.
Right.
And that was Hank Castle. Pretty good for a stage. It's certainly the best part of the zone.
What's wrong?
Fortunately, I got an E. I don't know why I'm showing off these emblems. Okay, now we're heading on to Mystic Mansion. Oh my. Alright,
Inside the castle.
my first playthrough, right? Let me tell you a little story here. My first playthrough, I got so frustrated
I'll take it from here.
at this stage, right? I hated this stage when I first played this game, especially as Team Sonic and Team Dark because you know their stages are long. I got so frustrated to the point where I got a game over. Was to the point where I stopped playing the game. I turned it off just to go play Sonic 06. Yeah. That's how much I hate this level. Well, this level alone just makes me feel as if Sonic 06 is a godsend. Oh yeah, I went there. Cause I can't tell you the amount of times I died here.
Here they come.
Especially as Team Sonic and Team Dark. In conjunction with the slippery controls, and not to mention the jittery issues with the Lightspeed dash and the rail grinding, the enemy placement is cheap. They introduced the hammered egg pawns that have helmets on, and when they have helmets on, you can't damage them. So what you have to do is either use the tornado attack, or you have to just knock them down first, and then attack the head. And sometimes they throw 2 or 3 of them, or at least. Well, actually, here it's just 1, but. Oh, jeez. I just hate this level. Oh, and you know what? And with the whole especially part, I take that back. I hate this level as Team Sonic, Team Dark, and Team Chaotix. We're gonna be seeing Team Chaotix mission later down the road, but believe me, if you're telling me that you never got frustrated at this level at any point at Team Sonic, Team Dark, or Team Chaotix, then you're just lying out of your ass. Alright, so the gimmick with Mystic Mansion is that the switches once again make a return, right? But here, you pretty much have to. The switches don't make you go upside down, but they instead do a lot of things. You know, activate pathways, or summon enemies that come from paintings.
I'll take it from here.
Thankfully, you don't have to think too hard about the switches. Although this upcoming switch right here is real annoying. Now, why is it so annoying? Well, as soon as you get back, the camera doesn't turn around. Yeah, the camera doesn't turn around. You can turn it manually, yeah, but... And I'm not saying this to be lazy, but... I just wish the camera would turn automatically here. Okay, now it turns. We also have these grind rails where yeah, grind rails, where where you would change direction depending on where the cross section is gonna be. And it can lead to, like, if you choose the right one, it can pretty much lead to progression. If you choose the wrong one, it'll lead to certain death. But if you're a skilled player, you just jump to the right path. In this section right here, we pretty much have to defeat all the enemies just to open this crate. This way opens the door where we can ride this fan up, and that's how it goes. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm not really fond of this level. I'm just not fond of it. Oh yeah, and after this death right here, I got a game over. Well, not after that death, but the death after. Oh yeah, I got a game over, and I had to restart. Oh great. Alright, these are the guys I'm talking about. What you basically have to do is use the tornado attack to knock the helmets off, and even then, it's still hard to kill these guys because you pretty much still have to aim for the head. And let me tell you, and I gotta say something right here. You can't use Thunder Shoot, even fully leveled up. You can't use Thunder Shoot on these guys. You have to use either the speed character, his homing attack, or the power character when it's down. The thing is I can never get, well, at least I can never make it without getting hit. I can never get it. Well, I can't get a single shot. It's just that I can't make too much progress, especially without getting hit. Okay. There we go. And here we pretty much have to light these two torches. This is the power characters. It's pretty basic. Oh, and here I don't even care. I don't even care. Team Blast away. I know I may sound like a complete wimp, but I just hate enemies like that. Especially if they're clustered with other enemies, or if they're in a small arena. The only thing I like about Mystic Mansion is the music, and I will give props to aesthetics. That's it. I can't stand. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, I can't stand the stage. I really cannot stand this level. Well, oh yeah, and remember that whole grind rail issue I was talking about back in Rail Canyon? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Oh, it flung me to the far right, and I completely missed the rail. Did they seriously not check that before shipping the game out? Alright, yeah, I'm being a little too harsh here. And I don't know why I'm pointlessly going up here. The key's up here, but again, I'm not really getting it. Okay, we have. Alright, oh, we have 3 wizards. Yeah, that's not annoying at all. Psych. I kill them all. Activate the switch and we get to use triangle jump. This is pretty much the only rail grinding section, besides the one in Team Chaotix, where the route really depends. Although the one in Team Chaotix, you're gonna need to stay in the flying formation. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
This is the ultimate power.
Okay, so that area is blocked off. So what do? We go in, and it's suddenly a spirit chamber.
Here.
Yeah, not the best idea, right? Because I constantly kept getting hit a lot in this stage. Or at least a lot in this part. You have no idea.
Just watch this.
What is
This room. Okay. The difference in this between the difference with this room between Team Dark and Team Sonic. With Team Sonic, it's pretty much a platforming challenge for each.
handle this?
You know, with Knuckles you have to do the triangle glide. And with Tails you pretty much have to fly all around. And with Sonic you have to utilize a homing chain. Even though that part is really finicky and I just screwed up there. But with Team Dark, it's pretty much a beat 'em up. You have to beat up all the enemies, and then hit the switch to go back to do the other two, rinse and repeat. Although I thought that I wasn't really done on there, I just thought that there were other enemies, or I had to get across the other side somehow. But no, it turns out it's pretty much nothing. Okay, so we have two more, which is Fly and Power and Booyah.
This is a job for rules.
And here we pretty much have to utilize Thunder Shoot, which is not too difficult. Oh yeah, by the way, I also got a game over here. There's nothing more agonizing than making it to the near end of the stage, only to have yourself get killed by sheer accident. Yeah, because here, when I died, I'm like, now I gotta do the entire stage all over again, all 7 minutes of it.
I'll take it from here.
But we just hit the switch right here, which pretty much leads to the outside. And oh, thank God,
Let your guard
we're
just
finally out of Mystic Mansion. I did make that look simple. Besides the editing, besides the video cuts, I made that look easy. But believe me, I can't stress enough to you guys how many deaths I edited out. Because there were quite many deaths, if I say so.
What do you think, Omega?
Sensors jammed. Real Eggman ID not possible.
We'll just have to find out, won't we?
What's the matter? Cold feet? Well then, here I come. Get them.
No time for messing around.
Alright, so now we have Robot Storm. And this is pretty much, that's the second robot gauntlet that we're ever going to be coming across in this game.
Smash them all.
So we have, this is pretty much a harder version of Robot Carnival. Well, only with the arenas this time, and there's no invisible walls, so you can't actually fall off the arena. And this is probably the biggest threat in the stage, because the fact that you can, and it's because you can fall off the arena. It usually happens to me thanks to knockback. And which I'm gonna say right now, why do we still have knockback? It was a rather archaic design choice. And here I was waiting for that robot who came out through that one end and then suddenly teleported to the other end. What, does that have teleportation?
Chaos control.
Nah, screw it, Chaos Control.
This is the ultimate power.
It's also a very good idea to stock up on rings. Granted, it's always a good idea to have yourself,
Item inside to get Eggman.
you know, to keep yourself equipped with rings. But trust me, if you lose your rings in any in any situation in this game, for the love of God, pick them up. Don't try and fight them off. Don't try to be a hero and fight them off with no rings. It's because that's pretty much a death wish. If you plan on doing that. And trust me, I also die a lot in this stage. It's not as much as Mystic Mansion, but who am I kidding? There were a lot of moments in this game. There were quite a few stages in this game where I died a lot. And it's usually because of stupid enemy placement, or faulty gimmicks like rail grinding and the ring dash. It doesn't seem to work. Apparently, it doesn't seem to work when it wants to. And when it comes to sections like these, trust me, I would get rid of the wizards if I were you. So granted, I have my power character is level 3, but it's always a good idea to take care of the egg pong wizards, just so you'll have a much faster time. Oof. Can't believe I dragged this part out for this long. I died a lot in this stage. It's like 31 minutes. Yeah, try to use Thunder Shoe with shielded enemies. It's not working. So, okay, I tried using the tornado attack, and it screwed me over. So you want to be careful when you're using the tornado attack, especially if you're near the edge. Because trust me, 9 times out of 10 when that happens, I get killed by it. So we destroy the wizards first. That'd be a good idea. It's always a good idea to hit the bigger enemies first, just to make sure that they're stunned. It's always good to have all your characters leveled up, even though I don't really know what exactly levels them up besides the power orbs and the checkpoints. But when it comes to enemies, I have no idea what levels them up, unless if it's supposed to be random. Oh yeah, taking these 3 guys down. Yeah, no, I can't do it. Call me a pansy, but I can't do it. I just can't. There's also, and obviously there's a lot more arenas than Robot Carnival. Well, so meaning it's a bit longer. Yeah, and I was about to tear my hair out, literally, because the amount of times I died here, out of sheer frustration. Sonic Heroes, when it comes to challenge, it's challenging, yeah, but there's a case where it could be challenging in the means of stupidity, like stupid enemy placement and level design, and the controls are rather slippery, and it's only worse than Shadow the Hedgehog. Thanks for all the momentum I'm packing. I destroyed the robot. Why did I get hit?
This is the ultimate power.
Okay, so this is pretty much the last wave of enemies. We have this, Yeah, these guys wait for time to come back.
Just as planned.
You know what? At this point, Rouge should have just used Thunder Shoot and just take out Eggman. I don't know. Wouldn't you think so too? And then we have these guys. And ugh. Let's take these guys down. So one more Team Blast for the video. Team Blast is my savior. And okay guys, so that is pretty much it for part 6. Yeah, that's pretty much it for part 6.
Don't get too excited, boys. Those
Okay guys, so once we go back in part 7, we are going to be regrouping with Team Sonic to go on to the final stage in the game, Egg Fleet and Final Fortress. So that being said, I'm GameMan5804, and you guys have a great day,
That won't stop us, Doctor.
and thank God for Team Blast.